What up, YouTube? It's a little update on the winter rebuild projects I'm working on. It's my redcat XB. As you can see, I started breaking it down. All this fucking sand in here. I like running in sand, I just don't like cleaning it out. Got the front end tore apart. Got all the parts over here. It's gonna be the first time I like completely tear this thing down. I've taken it apart before, but not to this extent. I've had this thing, just over a year now. Still learning about it. I mean, I'm a mechanical person, but still learning about the RC stuff. It's one mistake I made. Like, after I had this thing for a while and watching videos or hearing about people locking their diff with thick silicone oil and all that crap, I call myself supposedly trying to lock my diff, and I just bought some thick silicone diff oil and just put it in here, thinking that was going to lock my diff, which I didn't. What I didn't realize is that you have to take the actual diff apart and put the thick oil in there, and then you're supposed to put like regular grease on the ring and pinion gear. So I ended up just putting thick silicone oil in here, and of course, with that lower diff plate being how it is, some of it leaked out. I didn't think nothing of it, but I mean, it's still lubricated up in there. The gears look good, but it nowhere near like lock my diff. So this time around, I'm going to do it the right way and take this inner diff apart, check the gears, put some thick diff oil in there and seal it back up, and then I'm just going to put some gear grease in here. So that was one rookie mistake I made, but it kept the gears lubricated, and that's all that matters, as long as the gears aren't messed up. But I'll get it right when I rebuild it this time. Like I said, these are all the parts, shocks, and I was wondering, I gotta do some research. Are these springs the same size as like the Losi springs or the DBXL springs or something like that? Because I was thinking about changing the springs. Worst case scenario, I just order some Losi springs or something and then try it on there, and if it don't work, I'll just send it back. And if you saw my last video before I put this thing up for the winter, I crashed it in the front. That's one of the main reasons I'm rebuilding everything, because I broke one of my arms. And here's my arm that I broke. Pin is still straight, it's not bent, but the arm cracked like right on the seam. So I ordered some replacement arms, gonna put those on. Front suspension arm holder. I might be able to heat this up and straighten it back out. I don't know. I'm gonna give it a try. If not, I got one of those too. Other than that, everything's going pretty smooth so far. I'm gonna take apart the rear next, and then take all the servos out, take the engine out and all that. This is the stock 30.30 cc motor, V2 pull start, Jet Pro rear pipe. I'm thinking I'm gonna try to do some self porting to this motor just to see what I can get out of it before I move on and put an OBR motor in here, just to see what I can get out of it. I mean, if I mess it up, then that'll just give me an excuse to get a mod motor sooner. But I like experimenting, so I'm gonna open it up and do some self-porting and see what it does. And also, if you've seen one of my previous videos, you know my girlfriend crashed my car up under a fence, kind of cracked the body up, so had to replace the body, and I ended up trying to go with something different, so I bought a redcat MT XT body. I'm gonna try to fit on this thing. I've only seen a couple of people do this. One, I believe both of the people who did it, I think they were running like the redcat XBE, the electric version. So I'm gonna see if I can get this thing to fit and look pretty good, just to change the look up a little bit. I will still be rocking the rear wing, and I've also seen people like melt their body with the exhaust, so I'm either gonna have to think of a good way to cut this body, and probably have to make some type of heat shield so I don't melt my body, because this exhaust gets pretty hot. And I'm thinking about possibly putting heat wrap on it. I don't know. But I got the clear body, so I can do a custom paint job myself. Finally came up with a name for this car. It's the Blue Bandit. The color scheme is going to be all blue and black. Everything is going to be blue and black, so right now you can see that there's little pieces of gold on here, so that means everything is gonna, all the gold parts are gonna have to be powder coated. So the chassis, I probably do the chassis powder coated black, little gold pieces on here, probably gonna be powder coated blue, springs powder coated back black. Thinking I'm gonna ceramic coat the exhaust. The dog bones, I'm either gonna powder coat blue or black. The wheel adapter caps from 775, I'm gonna powder coat black. Just blue and black theme throughout the whole car. So Get some custom decals made to go on the body that say Blue Bandit. And we're gonna get it hopefully back out there by spring. Hopefully it'll be totally ready. That's pretty much it with this. Then on to this. I haven't started on this yet. Saw one of my previous parts videos. I got the 5T conversion from King Motor. The theme for this one is going to be red, black, and gray. I haven't really come up with a name for this one yet. If you guys can come up with a good name, leave it in the comments section. I need to come up with a good name for this one. But once I get this one all broke down, then I'm gonna start breaking this one down and start rebuilding this one. Also on this one too, this motor runs pretty good, but I don't know if it's a 23cc or a 26cc or a 29cc, because I bought it used and there's like no markings on the motor that I can see. Maybe once I take the motor apart and like measure the piston, I can figure out what it is. So if you guys have any idea how I can tell what size motor this thing has, that'd be cool. That's about it. I gotta get some new tires for this one. Thinking about going with like the King Motors version of the Proline Trencher, or I may get some more of these from King Motor, because these grip pretty good on asphalt and grass and dirt. That's pretty much it. Just chopping away at it. Do a little bit at a time. And that's where we at. All right, YouTube.